हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं कर्कटे पूर्वफाल्गुन्यां तुलसी काननोद्भवां पाण्ड्ये विश्वाम्भरां गोदां वन्दे श्रीरङ्गनायकी. Hare Krishna. We welcome all of you for the third Pasuram of Tiruppavai on the third day of dhanurmasam. In this beautiful Pasuram, Andal gives a very beautiful message which we will hear at the end of this class. So let us start with the Taniyans or the Pranati mantras and recite the third Pasuram, and then we will go ahead. नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णं पारार्ध्यं स्वं स्तुतिसरसिरसिद्धमध्यापयन्तीं स्वोच्छिष्ठायां शशिनिगलितं याबलात्कृत्य भन्ते गोदां तस्यै नमैदमिदं भूयये वास्तु भूयः अन्नवयल புதுவையாண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாலை சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்தர் சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாரி அருணவல்ல வல்பதியார் நானினி வெங்கடவர்க்கின்னை விதி என்று மாற்றம் நாங்கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. Third Pasuram of Tiruppavai. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பெயர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்குச் சாற்றி நீராடினால் தீங்கின்ற நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கி பெறன் சன்னலூர் கயலுகல பூங்குவலை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப தீங்காதே புக்கிருந்து சீர்த்தமுலை பட்டி வாங்க உடம் நிறைக்கும் வல்லல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வன் நிறந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். In the third Pasuram, Andal is telling, Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Per Pada. Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Per. She is mentioning about Vamana. Ongi Ulagalanda means one who grew up very like the magnificent form of Lord Vamanadeva. Andar is saying that in great happiness, in great excitement, Vamana grew to measure the three worlds. So the Acharya says, why did Vamana was excited about doing this activity? Because he thought it was such a wonderful opportunity to please his devotees. It was in service of Bali Maharaj. It was in service of the Devatas that Vamana did. So how fortunate and how happy is the Lord to get an opportunity to serve his devotees. How much happy we should be that we get an opportunity to serve devotees of the Lord. Lord is so excited. Ongi ulagalanda uttaman perpad. In the first line, Goda Devi is telling us about the importance of service of Lord's devotees. Lord also keeps this service for himself. He keeps this service very sacred. He gets great joy when he gets an opportunity to serve his devotees. Just like on the first day of introduction, we saw that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took these two principles from Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Ananya Bhakti and Vaishnava Seva. Here Lord is exhibiting Vaishnava Seva. He is doing service to his own devotees. That's why he is so excited. Andal says, Ongi ulagalanda uttaman perpada. Let us all sing Lord's names. Let us all perform Sankirtana. Let us all chant the names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Goda Devi in every Pasuram tells the wonderful glories of Nama Sankirtana. Kalodosha Niderajan Asti Ekon Mahan Gunan Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Brajet. It is said that in this Kali Yuga, which is filled with ocean of faults, there is only one good quality, the only one way to get deliverance. And to get Krishna's devotion is chanting the holy names of the Lord. This is such a wonderful and the most beautiful process, is to sing Lord's glories, is to chant Lord's holy names. It should be a regular practice for every spiritual practitioner to chant a specific number of rounds each and every day. Every day in the morning, all of the devotees together, we chant on Zoom. There will be about 350 to 400 devotees coming together and chanting and hearing about Krishna. So here Andal is telling that let us all sing the glories of the Lord. So here, why we may get it out, Prabhuji, you said on the first day that Andal is aspiring to be a lover of Krishna, to get married to Krishna, to serve Krishna. Then here she's singing Vamana Dev's names. So it is said that Andal was seeing a similarity, a similar Leela which Krishna performed in the Vamana Leela. In the Leela of Lord Vamana, we see that Lord Vamana was extending his lotus feet, and then he made a hole in the Akasha, and from there came the Ganga, Gangodbhavam, Vishnu Padodbhavim Ganga. From Lord's lotus feet, the Mandakini came down as Ganga. Vamanadev brought Ganga down to this earth. And it seems when Krishna would go for stealing in gopis' houses, gopis would put their butter, milk, yogurt on the top. It is called utti in Telugu. On the top of the ceiling, they would tie it with the ropes. And Krishna would take a small stone, and then he would break the milk pot, and he would bring the milk from the pot to the earth. So Andal was thinking, oh, this seems like my Krishna's Leela. He bought water, he bought Mother Ganga, and Krishna every day brings milk. Same Leela. So she was finding a similarity between Vamana's Leela and Krishna's Leela and started singing the glories of Lord Vamana. Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Perpad. Nangal Nampave Chatrini Radinal. She's saying, let us do our vrata nicely. So Andal, when we hear about a spiritual life, this conception of I, mine, and for myself is very, very bad. It is condemned. This bhav of I, me, myself. But here, Goda Devi is telling, Nangal Nampavek, our vrata. Why is she saying our and I? Is this out of pride? No. A devotee should have pride. True pride. Now, what is that pride? That I am servant of Krishna. I am servant of the devotees of Krishna. Andal is telling our vrata, my vrata, is because she is identifying with her true self. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. We are servants who are trying to serve. This vrata is for the pleasure of Krishna. This existence is for the service of Krishna. That's why she's telling our vrata, because out of that pride that we are going to serve Krishna, we are servants of Krishna, we want to bring pleasure to Krishna. This is the only pride a devotee can have, that I am servant of Krishna. I am servant of Krishna's devotees. This is called true pride. We should not have false pride, but we should have true pride. In a great Telugu devotee of a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra, who was also Telugu, Bhakta Ramadas, he says, తక్కువేమి మనకు రాముడు ఒక్కడుండు వరకు చక్రధారి అయి భగవంతుడు మన చెంతనే ఉండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు. It seems like he is boasting about something. No, this is the thing we have to boast about, that we have Lord Rama with us, we have Krishna with us, we are from the Vedika Marga, we are from the Sanatana Dharma. This true pride should be there with us. We should not have false pride in devotional service. So here Andal is telling, ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாட நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்குச் சாற்றி நீடாடினால் திங்கிந்த நாளெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து. Andal is telling that when we do this vrata nicely, every month it is said in the Shastras that if the ruler is wonderful, he is dharmic, and the citizens are dharmic, and everybody is practicing their spiritual life properly, everybody is following their life according to dharma, then there will be 3 rains every month. After 9 days, it will be 1 rain. And again 9 days of sun, and again 1 rain. Again 9 days of sun, again 1 rain. That is how the Vedas say to identify a proper dharmic kingdom is where 3 rains are there every month. But these days we see that unexpected floods come up, unexpected rains, flood city. I saw a video where in Chennai, there was crocodile moving in the city because of the floods, flash floods because of heavy rains. These are all symptoms of leaders and citizens not following dharma, disrespecting God, disrespecting the devotees of God, disrespecting the scriptures. So Andal is telling that if when we do this vrata 3 times, it will rain. So is it not a material thing? Yesterday we saw that Andal is not praying for anything material. Many people, they perform this dhanurmasam vrata. You know why? They want a good husband. That's why they do this vrata. And one person on the YouTube was asking me, can I do this vrata to get a good wife? He was asking. I said, this is not for wife and husband. This is to get eternal husband, that is Sri Krishna. So Andal is not praying for anything material. So what are these 3 rains in the life of a devotee? These 3 rains, these 3 showers in a life of a devotee are the strong faith that Krishna, you are my only shelter. Krishna, you are the only way. Krishna, I am only an offering to be enjoyed by you and nobody else. This bhav should always be in a devotee's heart. So here Andal is telling that these three strong and beautiful aspirations should be there for devotees of Krishna always. Maro bhi, rako bhi, jo icha tohar. Krishna, I am surrendering my life to you. This is what Andal is expressing, the bhav of Sharanagati. Then you can show the Pasuram on the screen. Ongi ulagalanda uttaman per pada nangal nam pavaikku சாத்தி நீராடினால் திங்கெந்த நாளெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து. 3 times it should rain. 3 bhavs we should always have in our spiritual life. That Krishna, you are the only way. Krishna, you are my ultimate shelter. And I am only to be enjoyed by you. Ongi peran channaludu kayalugala. Here, Andal is observing this beautiful nature, and she's telling when these rains come and everything is wonderful, all the crops are good, and all the pasu sampada, all the animals are prosperous. Then what happens? She's seeing the nature and she's telling us some things, that it should rain in such a way that in the crops, you see there are small canals, water canals. Sometimes they go in between the crops in rainy season. So she's saying that the crops are filled with these small streams of water, and there are fishes moving. And those fishes are so fat that they're not able to move in the small streams of water, and they're stuck. And Andal is so beautifully saying that there is long grown wheat. There is a wheat crop, and this big fat fishes are stuck between this crop and the wheat, in between the wheat. And then she's describing that the wheat, when it When it fructifies, it bends like this. When there is dhanyam, when there is seeds. And then she's telling that beautiful bees are sitting on this wheat, and they're moving because these fishes are trying, and this is moving the wheat, and because the wheat is moving, the bees on the wheat are also moving as if they are swinging. This is what Handal is describing. This is how the nature should look. This is how the rain should come. This is how wonderful the environment should be. This is what she is telling externally. But what is the internal meaning? करचरण सरोजे कान्तिमन्नित्रमीने श्रममुषि भुजिबीचि व्याकुले गाधमार्गे हरिसरसि विगाभ्याम् अस्य तेजौजलौघम् भवमरुपरिकिन्नः क्लेशमद्य त्यजामि. When the devotees of Krishna are always hearing about Lord's glories, Machchitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantaha Parasparam Kadayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. When they are filled with Krishna Katha, they will not be able to move out of the association of devotees where they are discussing Krishna Katha. So these fishes are stuck in the small streams of water because they are so full with Krishna Katha, and they do not want to go ahead. We get stuck there. We get stuck in the place where we are hearing beautiful nectarian pastimes of Krishna, where we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, where the devotees of Krishna are discussing about Lord's glories and the glories of Lord's devotees. Hours and hours we can just spend time discussing about Sri Krishna and his devotees. And with the description of this crop which has grown, and when it has the seeds and it bends down, Andal is saying that a devotee has to bend down. A devotee has to be humble. A devotee should be surrendered. This is the true knowledge. When the seeds of knowledge are bestowed by our spiritual masters, by reading scriptures, by service, the essence, the fruit of growing in devotional service is how humble we are. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his instructions in Shikshashtakam, Trunadapi Sunichena Tarori Vasahishtuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Trunadapi Sunichena. Become humble than a blade of grass. This humility is the quality which Lord appreciates the most. This bumblebee which Andal was mentioning is Lord. He only sits in the hearts of the devotees who have this quality of humility. Humility is the essence of devotion. Humility is the natural expression of how advanced we are in our devotion. The more spiritually deep we become, the more spiritually serious, the more spiritually advanced we become, the natural quality of it is how humble we are. That's why we see this crop is like this, the wheat is like this, bending with humility. Vidya vinayena shobhate. All this knowledge we are acquiring, all these services which we are rendering, all this association which we are getting by the mercy of Krishna and our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, it should give us in humility. We should pray that we become humble. Like our acharyas are praying, Trina peka atihina, make me humble. Gurudev kripa bindu diya, koro yeyi dase, Trina peka atihina. We should pray to Krishna, please make me humble. We should pray to our spiritual master. We should pray to Srila Prabhupada. Only the service rendered with humility, Krishna will accept it and Krishna will enjoy the service. Our spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, gives an example that how a devotee who makes a wonderful kheer, sweet rice, spending hours together, and then he wants it to offer to Krishna. And then at last moment, after the sweet rite is made very wonderfully with nice cow milk and best quality rice, and then putting saffron from Kashmir and putting wonderful um, organic non-processed sugar and putting A2 hand churned ghee and putting the best quality camphor and best quality cardamom and best quality cashews and kishmish and putting your heart and making it. And at the end, you take handful of sand and put it in the kheer. And then if you give it to people, then what will they feel? Will they appreciate your kheer for the wonderful ingredients you have put in? The handful of sand keeps coming into the mouth and it creates such great disturbance. You will not be able to accept it. Any service which is performed with pride is like that. Krishna will not accept. Krishna will not enjoy it. We are all practicing bhakti for the pleasure of Krishna, for the pleasure of our spiritual masters, our gurus, our devotees association in which we are being nourished for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. We should be humble. Humility is the soil in which devotion can grow. Pride is like the land which is useless for cultivation. But humility is a fertile soil in which devotion can be nourished by Shravanam and Kirtanam. In this third Pasuram, this is a very profound message which Andal is giving to all of us. Is only the heart which is filled with humility is the one which Lord chooses. Tumare hridaye sada Govinda Vishram. He's swinging in the heart of these devotees who have pure devotion to Krishna, who have that natural, spontaneous, simple love for Krishna. So here, Andal is giving a beautiful message of how a devotee should. Humility is a most important quality in our devotion. And then Andal is telling that the cows should be very happy. All the farm animals should be so happy. They should be filled. This is how the rain should happen. This is how it should rain. And again, the Acharyas say that why Andal is singing about glories of Lord Vamana. Ongi ulagalanda uttaman per pada is because it seems that when Vamanadev was extending his lotus feet to measure three worlds, he gave mercy to everybody. He did not say, oh, this is not my devotee, this is my devotee, so I will just keep the association of my lotus feet. He gave association of his lotus feet, the mercy from his lotus feet, the dust particles from his lotus feet to everybody in these three worlds. Just like that, Krishna is so wonderful personality that he does not see any difference between anybody. He is just spreading his mercy, he is just spreading his love to everybody. He is just seeing the devotion in people's heart. Dhruvasya vayaha vidya gajendrasya ka kubjayam kimunama rupamatikam एतत् सुदामोधनं वंशको विदुरस्य यादवपतेरुग्रस्य किं पौरुषं भक्त्या तुष्टति न हि गुणैर्भक्तिप्रियो माधवः. Just like Vamanamurti extended his lotus feet out of his compassion to his devotees, out of his compassion towards all living beings in this world, more merciful than Lord are his devotees. Anugrahaeva charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardhanasya janasya krishnad vimukasya devad adharmasilasya sudukkitasya. We are all suffering in this material world because we have turned away our face from Krishna. But the devotees of Lord are so magnanimous, so merciful that they are giving us this Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, he traveled the world for 14 times and gave Krishna for those people who do not know what is bhakti, who do not know what is God, who do not know what is culture. This is the compassion of Krishna's devotees. What is our service to such great Vaishnava Acharyas? Is accepting their message wholeheartedly, understanding their message from the core of our heart, and practicing it in our lives. This is the only way we can repay the debt to our Acharyas, to our great Vaishnava Sampradayas who have given us this pure, unadulterated, and clear expression of the essence of the Vedic scriptures. Surrendering to Krishna, serving Krishna's devotees, hearing and chanting Krishna's names, becoming humble, always stay in the association of devotees. So this is the message from the third Pasuram of Tiruppavai. Tomorrow we will meet for the fourth Pasuram on the fourth day of dhanurmasam. So the time is not yet decided. We will let you know in the group tomorrow. So you can all attend these lectures through Zoom, and then the recording will also be available on Pranavananda Das English channel. So today's recording would be available as soon as possible. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Andal Divya Tiruvadikale Sharanam.